One shot. Let's begin. Kazuno O, the King of the Wind by Kito Mohiro. Translated by Thaniel Lloyd. Or Thanielod? No face cam today. Just my webcam just randomly broke, and I'm so confused about that. We'll see how that works. So it might be like a little while before my face cam gets brought back. But hey, let's begin, everybody. In the night of the pipe organ blended with the whispers of the wind that enveloped the city can be heard, rising and falling, twittering and bellowing, the beautiful chords. In the workshop by the entrance of the road to the village, the old man is tuning the pipe organ, the note of a melody that beckons towards a peaceful night, a lullaby for the village. But the children did not share this sentiment. To them, those notes were the voice of the King of the Wind, the sonorous battle cry that would play when the King of the Wind fought, the one who protected this village, the King of the Wind. Hmm? You're unexpectedly childish, Mario, but someone had to fight them off, right? What lies nearby the road to the village was an armored soldier abandoned by a group of raiding crusaders. Do you believe it? When I was still a when I was still a babe, what's it? Babe, instead of baby. The Crusaders had attacked the village. Nobody knows who drove them off. It's said that the pillagers fled that night. Ever since this rusted armor soldier has stood as a symbol for peace in this village. Hey, Gramps, you were at it again last night, huh? Oh, was it too loud? Oh, he said it. Oh, no, not at all. I don't sleep that well if I can't hear those notes. This old man is a pipe organ craftsman. 20 years ago, he came to this village from somewhere and built a pipe organ for the church. After that, he's been living in this village while helping out as a smithy. Moreo, could you give the new pipe organ a play, though? Sure. That's the pipe organ. He always gives such an amazing performance. I was talking about the performance, that's all. It wasn't that great. Ah! I I see. It's something that only the maker would understand. Wouldn't it be the best for to let him do it until he is satisfied? Then how about letting Moreo take care of the performance at night? If we do that, then the Grants will be able to listen to the lullaby and I'll sleep soundly too. But I have no right to hear such a thing. Hmm? What's going on? The neighboring village was attacked by the Crusaders. 3 people died, and they took them 2 young girls with them. Hey, that's something you should be telling children about. In exchange for a guarantee of safety for a village under its control, the raiding Crusaders demanded tribute in money and slaves. If a village refuses, then they would be in danger of being raided without warning. Can't we go see the government officials at the capital and have them do something about it? If something like that did anything other villagers would be doing. Right? After all, there have been rumors that the machines they use were created with the government. This village hasn't been targeted for more than 10 years. Everyone has forgotten how to fight. That's not true, we could fight. What about the weapons then? They become scrap iron rotting in your barns. Uh, One of the scouts of the Crusaders was spotted around the entrance of the village roads. They're aiming to make an example of this village. This village hasn't been raided in a long time. It must be like fruit waiting to be plucked, and they've got a good grudge against us. Have I done something that I shouldn't have? Don't be ridiculous. The fact that we can even be standing here worrying about something like that is thanks to you. The things that have happened when you appear in this village with that wayward look in your face, I haven't forgotten about them. This is a nice village. Even if the people of this village may not be aware of it, over the last 20 years you protect this village a countless number of times. It's time that you've been absolved of your sins already. Is that your way of telling me I'm getting old? That's not it at all. A normal person wouldn't be able to handle that device of mine. Okay. My voices are going to be off for this one here cuz like they just don't they're not there's no arrows when it comes to the dialogue bubbles here. So that's kind of why like my voices are all kind of blending together. Like that's it's kind of throwing me off a little bit, but I guess we'll just do the as best we can. There one person. He's still a child. Even children have things they want to protect. I'm gonna go tune the device. The whole village is in a frenzy. Notes rang out from the old man's workshop. Now it's not the time for music. The music has stopped? What's wrong, Fee? Grandpa has. You fell and hurt yourself. I guess this means I've gotten old. Otherwise, I wouldn't have slipped and fell off the scaffolding. Something like that could happen to anyone if they weren't being careful. How is he? It's not looking good. To be honest, I'm not sure if he'll last. How could that be? The excessive amount of old wounds he's occurred up till now have. What a pathetic sight it must be at such an important time like this. Don't worry about that. You just stay here and rest, 'cause I'll be fighting too. I'll protect you and Fee. Where you going, Mario? Everyone's getting ready to fight. Mario, wait! What do you think you're doing? You shouldn't be moving around. But there's nobody who can move it besides me. I have something I need to talk to you about. You heard the rumors about the King of the Wind, haven't you? Yes? And? Oh. This is Gramps' workshop. I've never been back here before. This is the King of the Wind. This is the pilot's seat. It's cramped, so be careful. Gramps, that's right. It's the same as the organ of the church. Air is sent into the cylinders by the engine and compresses the springs, and that's when they're ready for action. The keys release the valves of each of these cylinders. It's operated through the power of the springs. The cylinders have their valves released. When the air is released from this valve, you could hear a note. There are 400 cylinders in this one. On the 187 keys, there are 5 stops. The problem lies in what you have to play to get it to move the way you want. I'll be fine. I have listened to the lullaby that you've played ever since I was born. The armored soldiers that the Crusaders use are driven by the enormous gears that they're made with. Also, they're heavy and slow. Because of that, the patterns of their movement are limited. In exchange for how difficult it is to operate, the King of the Wind doesn't possess any of those weaknesses. As long as 4 passages of the air valves exist, you'll be able to use it. Also, you must pay attention to the amount of compressed air left inside the wind box. Its head, it's just a front made using cast metal. A charm like that was something that was necessary. As long as it's fighting head on, the King of the Wind is invincible. But why did you keep it hidden? If the existence of something like this became widespread, it would not end well. Only certain few people know about the King of the Wind in the village. Also, it's more intimidating to enemies if its true form is not known. You mustn't tell anyone about it, not even Fee. Listen, please never tell the children that I was once a member of the Raiders. I see. Oh, I see. So this is how it sounds to the village. The notes are changing. Has he come in contact with the Crusaders? The chain's been expanded. Oh, the chain's been expanded. Has he been surrounded by foot soldiers? Rotated circular chest. What is he doing? He's got it. Good. He's pulled back the side chest 4 times in a row. The notes are getting chaotic. This is not good. He'll be overpowered. Now scoop him up with your arms. Can you do it? You've got him. That's good. You've got him. The notes are clearing up in a faltering tone. I've got nothing to worry about. Scooping him up with your right arm or rotating the chest. Well done. Rotating its waist while walking, re-protecting the engine. Amazing, you're already capable of that. What a beautiful melody. So this is the lullaby. Father, that child is truly gifted at playing the organ, isn't he? Going to sleep for a bit. I never would have thought it'd come to this, even though I never lost a single battle. Father. Is that Grandpa playing? No, the way it's being played. Morello's playing the lullaby. Rising and falling, twittering and bellowing, so that a peaceful night comes. Um, I so all things aside, I think first things first. I need. I don't know if everybody needs this, but I need the arrows here to tell me who's talking. Maybe it's just the way my brain processes things, or it's like I could assume multiple people are speaking in the same scene, or it's just easier, like if they're just kind of speaking over something here. That would help a lot, right? Like, okay, so him, then I guess it's her talking. Maybe I'm just not reading it too closely, but like who was saying this here? Who was saying this? Was it her? He was saying this. I guess it's just I'm supposed to follow their whatever here. Um, and that's everything, I guess. And the father, this is a religious man, right? That's not a, it's literally their father, right? I just wanted to be clear with that. So yeah, my the voicing was a little bit off here. I was like, who's this, or the other here? And that's why, right? Um, like, was it this guy was saying everything here? Wait, the things that happened when he put in village with that wayward look in his face? Like, I'm sure it was him instead of them, but I don't know. Anywho, aside from that, I really like this concept of a story. I really like this concept of a mecha. I really think it's unique, and I think this is one of those things where it would be a million times better if it was animated and given music, right? Because if music is essential to this series, then we need to hear it. You can have the little melody in your head, but I think that this would be, and this is what I would say is a good one shot. Like, I could see this as proof of concept. Here's the show. Here's what I want here. We play the melody. The father dies at the end. The sister still figures it out. But it would be if it ends here, that's fine. But much like with One Piece, where I like Thriller Bark, but hearing Bink's sake versus like reading it, it was way better, right? And so for this one here, I think it would be really cool. And although it might be harder and more elaborate, you'd have to hire like, well, I'm sure they always hire professional musicians, right? But it'd be cool, like, okay, what is this mecha song here? And trying to figure out like the order of attacks and how to control the body through what things here. Because I think this even in itself is a cool scene, you know? Like you have the guy like, oh, okay, he's doing this because he's playing this note here, and them understanding the lullaby, being able to beat them up here with the wind stuff is cool. And the fact that the organs like controlling the mecha is also a really cool concept here. So I'm in love with the concept so much here. The execution is fine. Um, I just think it would be better, of course, with actually hearing the music here. The dialogue was a bit clunky. And again, this is mostly due to this here. I'm fine with the exposition thing. It does do good things. Like, okay, he's giving amazing performances. Like, no, that's not good enough here. So he's training him here, but they all kind of know what's going on. And then, he hurts himself. So because of that, now, boom, boom, boom. So, yeah, I'd be cool with this. Like, imagine any series where the mecha is insanely talented, right? It's like, hey, it's like a K-pop battle, right? Imagine a K-pop musician fighting here, or maybe it gets out, right? And you see other people develop different technology here, or different wood instruments, or you see people like elaborating, like with maybe they're doing trumpets and like blowing air into it here, and it's multiple of them too, right? Or maybe you have like a trumpet to support, right? You have people go. I used to play the trumpet. Like buzzing. That's the noise you make to make that proper noise. There you go. We're doing ASMR with the face cam. It's crazy. Um, yeah, like you could have all these interesting concepts. Like the horn blowers could be the ones blowing air here. Or maybe they're blowing the horns in order to disrupt the machine here, right? I doubt that was how it would actually work here, but maybe they drown it out. It messes with the air supplies in there, this, that, or the other. Um, I think it'd be really cool. Or he's forced to develop new techniques and new songs and new strategies. And it could be a cool way to like elaborate and do this or the other. Right? And I think that that's really cool. You updated here, new mechas here. You train the sister to do their own things here. I think this is a cool concept. I really like it. The art is fine here. He does a lot of interesting paneling here. I don't care much for the mecha design too much, to be perfectly honest. I think it's hard to tell that it's like this big mecha there. like like this looks a little bit derpy, a little bit not strong, right? It looks like it's a bunch of wooden things put together, like the original Iron Man, right? So I think that if they go and they like update this look a little bit more, like maybe this is a good chapter one, give it a couple chapters, then it comes on back, and then it's a more updated design here, or he's forced to do it. It has like a lot of potential. But I mean, look at this. Look how it's fighting. It's like its arms are up down here. Um, I love the concept though. I think it's great, and maybe he's done some more of these concepts here. Do different art bunch with their mechas. Okay, they just love mechas. I guess we'll call it here. Cool concept, and yeah, it has potential. But it'd be an interesting anime, especially you had to be consistent with the notes you played, or making bridges and stuff, or making the perfect song. Anywho, or maybe you need to change songs just to like manage the people. But anywho, with all that being said, like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for being born, y'all. Peace out.